This is Rod from Mount Washington Sewer and Drain Cleaning. We are at 65 Western Avenue, Berlin, New Hampshire. Just cleared out a massive amount of tree roots out of an old clay pipe. There is multiple areas of structural failure with this pipe. It will run for now. Recommend the next time this backs up to just replace the line, as this line will be constantly problematic. So we're going to perform the inspection from the city tie-in, which is roughly 44.5 feet from the cleanout foundation area. And we're going to go from the city tie-in right back to the new installed cleanout in the corner basement. The city connection right now appears to be in decent shape. The red shaft you see on the side are our high-speed chains to our flex shaft machine. Okay, you can see the top of the pipe is a chunk missing out of it. Some offsetting and some structural failure right here at right around 37 feet. You can see the cracking in the pipe. We're looking at the hub. And if you go just a couple inches beyond that, you can see that that pipe is completely split all the way around. Root infiltration is tearing that section of pipe. Water is escaping underneath the hub, forming a sinkhole and cause that pipe to sink. "33 feet, a lot of tree roots were growing in this section. This section appears to be intact, but definitely showing age. Right at about the 32-foot mark, 31 feet. We've got a crack in the pipe right after the hub again. It's hard to see it, but it's right there up on that hub area. We can start to see it more as we come into here. Yeah, you can see how structurally failed that section is right there at 31 feet. It's also offset, allowing water to run underneath the pipe, causing a sinkhole and void. Almost looks like there's a hole or a section of pipe missing at the top of the pipe as well. See how black that is up there? So it's probably just been like chunking off and falling apart as the roots were growing in and just tearing it apart. Slight offset here. Same thing, a little bit of water escaping underneath will cause a sinkhole, cause that section to sink as well. There's structural failure around this section of pipe right here. As you can see, where the roots are penetrating through those cracks. See right by the 28, and I'll pull back up, and you can see those coming through there. So those roots have found their way through there because this whole pipe is just cracking. Right here we have an upper offset inside the pipe, thicker roots inside of here, reaching in, tearing the pipe apart. Bottom of the pipe is allowing a little bit of leakage, which will cause that to form a sinkhole underneath as well. Right here we have a chunk of pipe actually missing from the hub area, where the roots have infiltrated and actually torn part of that clay pipe right there. So we just wanted to soft that area so we didn't tear anything else out there, because that section of pipe is really weak at the 25-foot mark. Right here is a really bad section of roots. And we cut down a whole bunch of it, but you see how thick those are? It's almost like a tree branch growing through there. So it's tearing this pipe apart. And look at all that water right there that's escaping underneath there. See how that hub's like pulled apart underneath there? So that's washing out underneath there. And if we start coming back, if you look over towards where the numbers are, the 23, about an inch above that, you're going to see a huge crack running along there too. So if that part is under stress, that root is underneath there, just put a stranglehold on that. Right here, the hub is coming apart again with another large amount of root mass that we had cut out of here. Clay pipe is 2-foot sections. So you see where that bad section is, where that huge amount of root is. It's 2 feet behind that, so there's a larger root mass behind that one as well. Definitely some major structural failure right here. We got the hub. It almost looks like an actual branch or maybe a piece of pipe right there, and up in that corner. You can see how thick those roots are there. And we're just doing, if I just scoop up just a little bit more, it's almost like a spiral crack going down that pipe. So that's tearing that section apart as well. Just behind that, you can see the crack where the roots are starting to come right through that as well, where this is just before the hub. So the roots are just, they're going in there, growing through it, and just pulling it apart. Right here we have an offset. Water escaping under the ground will cause that to form a void, causing that pipe to sink. There was also a major root area too. And right on the bottom of the pipe, we're at about 17 feet. There's a massive crack in this pipe. Bottom of this pipe is structurally failed. You can see the roots are actually coming up through the bottom of the pipe. Roots typically will grow from the top down. So this tells you its indication is completely around the pipe. Yeah, that section's really bad. That's at about 17 feet. Yeah, his roots are destroying this pipe. Right here, at about 15 feet, we're looking at water escaping under the hub, so that's going to wash out underneath there, causing a sinkhole. It's even worse because where it's all cracked and breaking, once that all starts to sink away, that clay is going to sink away. So that part of the section right here has been the worst so far. Right here you can see a good amount of water escaping, washing out at that joint. This one will wash out relatively quick. I mean, I don't know how long it's done it, if there's a rock or something up there that might be supporting it, but eventually that will start to drop as well. Structural failure in this area here as well, at 11 feet. The hub is blown apart and starting to spiral crack around it as well. Water is escaping into the ground around that, and that will cause that to form a sinkhole, and a void can cause that to drop. Forward a little bit. So about 6 feet off the foundation, we're transitioning back into cast iron pipe, which is common. You want cast iron from the footing of the house out. You don't want clay, it'll crush it. I can tell you so far that that pipe is round. I can't tell you its thickness. It's 100 years old. Maybe that says 1880, so I want to say it's older than that, possibly. Life expectancy on heavy cast iron is 90 years, in perfect conditions.
I never get.
Yep. So I'm sure it's getting water on both ends. If you look at that hill out there.
Yeah, I went out and looked at it yesterday to see what I could see.
Yeah.
There's nothing visible.
You can tell that this cast iron right here on this inner part here is showing heavy amounts of old deterioration.
How deep are those clay pipes?
Couldn't tell you. I don't think they're that deep, to be honest with you. I mean, I got a little bit of a drop here. Berlin has like no rhyme or reason to the depth. I mean, there might be ledge that they had to go above or around. Or,
Okay.
okay, is where the new clean out was installed. This is Rod from Mount Washington Sewer and Drain Cleaning. That concludes the cleaning inspection.
Nifty device.
Definitely comes in handy.